Join me as I dive into the world of tariffs and challenge myself to find out which side comes out on top: Trump's tariffs or Canadian goods. The decision made by the Trump administration to impose tariffs on a wide range of goods has ignited a vigorous debate in regarding the potential implications for international trade dynamics. When we turn our attention specifically to the tariffs placed on Canadian products, it becomes crucial to delve deeper into the broader context surrounding this decision. Understanding the motivation behind these tariffs, as well as the potential repercussions for both the United States and Canada, is vital. This scenario raises important questions about trade relationships, economic impacts, and the future of cross border commerce between these neighboring nations. As we navigate this complex landscape, we must consider not only the immediate effects of the tariffs, but also the long term consequences that may unfold as both countries adapt to this new trade reality. Canadian businesses have been facing significant challenges due to the tariffs. It's not hard to see why rising costs and potential loss of market access are just a few of the hurdles they're dealing with. Many companies are struggling to adjust to its new trade landscape, and some are even considering relocating their operations to avoid the tariffs altogether. This in turn has led to concerns about the impact on Canadian jobs and the overall economy. As the tariffs continue to bite, Canadian businesses are being forced to rethink their supply chains and explore new markets. However, this process is often time consuming and costly, leaving many businesses in a state of uncertainty. This situation is further complicated by the fact that some Canadian companies are heavily reliant on the US market, making it difficult for them to diversify their customer base quickly. The tariffs have also had a ripple effect on various industries, with some sectors being hit harder than others. For instance, the tariffs on steel and aluminum have affected the Canadian auto industry, which is heavily reliant on these materials. Similarly, the tariffs on agriculture products have impacted Canadian farmers, who are struggling to compete with their US counterparts. The situation is particularly challenging for the small and medium sized businesses, which often lack the resources to navigate the complex trade landscape. As a result, many are wondering whether the tariffs will ultimately benefit or harm the Canadian economy. A specific example, we can see the tariffs having a tangible impact on Canadian goods. Take, for instance, the case of Canadian whiskey. The tariffs have made it more expensive for US distributors to import Canadian whiskey, leading to a decline in sales. This has led a direct impact on Canadian distilleries, which are now struggling to maintain their market share. Similarly, tariffs on Canadian lumber have affected the US construction industry, which relies heavily on Canadian lumber imports. The increased costs are being passed on to the consumer, leading to higher prices for housing and other construction projects. As we delve deeper into the issues, it becomes clear that the impact of tariffs is not limited just to Canadian goods. Consumers are also feeling the effects, with many experiencing higher prices for everyday goods. This has led to a shift in consumer behavior, with some opting to choose domestic alternatives or seek out cheaper imports from other countries. However, this shift also has its drawbacks. It can lead to a decline in the quality of goods and services. The tariffs have also sparked a debate about the role of government in international trade, with some urging that the tariffs are necessary to protect US industries, while others see them as a form of economic nationalism. As we carefully consider the extent implications of Donald Trump's imposition on tariffs on Canadian goods, it becomes increasingly evident that determining the ultimate beneficiaries of this trade policy is far from straightforward. The dynamics of the situation are intricate, revealing that landscapes where both the United States and Canada have much to gain as well as significant losses incurred due to these tariffs. On one hand, certain sectors within the US may find temporary relief or advantage, while others may struggle under the weight of increasing costs for imported goods. And on the other hand, Canada faces its own set of challenges and opportunities as it navigates this tumultuous trade environment. Nevertheless, one fact stands out unequivocally: the tariffs have significantly reshaped the trade landscape between the two nations. The consequences of these economic measures are not merely immediate, but they have long lasting effects that will reverberate through the industries and communities for the years to come. As we navigate the complex scenario, it is crucial to remain aware of the broader implication for both countries and interconnectedness of the economies. In conclusion, the debate around Trump's tariffs on Canadian goods is a complex and multifaceted one. While the tariffs have undoubtedly had significant impact on Canadian businesses and industries, they are also raised the important question about the role of government in international trade and the consequences of economic nationalism. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the topic in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about trade relations and tariffs, be sure to check out my next video. Leave your comment below, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next